Greetings, everyone, and thank you so much for coming. This is another interview, second interview for the insights into the Roots 40 Plus program. And I have with me Mr. Charles James, master drummer, and one of my mentors and tutors from way back in the day. Hey, Charles, how you doing?
Hey, how you doing?
I must add as well that Charles is my personal musician. I have to tell you that because I tell you, when Charles stops drumming, I'm going to stop teaching, because everywhere I teach, you see Charles. So this is my partner in crime. So Charles, I'm going to ask you first of all, what inspired you? How did you get involved with African music?
Well, first, it was in the teens, in my teens. I was into music already.
Yeah.
From school, playing the recorder, trumpet, guitar, and that kind of was already I was already doing. I was playing playing guitar in church, playing trumpet in church, and this is all in my teens. But after when I was in school, now an African group called Akloa from Essex came over to our school and showed us some drumming and dancing. So that kind of took on a new aspect of what I like to learn. Mm-hmm. And from there, it just blew my mind. And from there, they asked us to come over to Akloa and experience the African culture.
Yes,
so they showed us how the food was, how the food tastes and everything, and they give us a little demonstration of the drums, and then after they asked us to do some drumming. Oh, that was good.
Yeah, I must say that Akloa village was like a mock African village in Bishop Stopford, I think it was.
That's right, in Essex,
yeah. And you could go along. I don't think it's there now, but you could go along, and they'd have like cooking, hair plaiting, tie-dyeing workshops, drumming, dance workshops, everything. And schools would go along to experience a little taste of Africa in the middle of Essex. So I thought that was a wonderful initiative. So this is what you did. They came to your school and then you went there.
That's right, yeah. So that was my first initiative of Taste of African
culture. Yeah. So then you joined Ekome.
Yes.
You want to say a bit about how you joined Ekome?
That was a different thing though. How I got to join Ekome is one of my friends that was already in Ekome. And he just invited me I was in my teens at that time. So he just said, come on, look at this dance company called Ekome. So we went to one of the performances in Birmingham, and I was overwhelmed by them because they were doing the Caribbean, they were doing the African, singing and dancing. Oh, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Cy Grant was there also, which I didn't know of him. But after I got to know when I started performing with Ekome, so that's how I got to join after.
So what, did they just see you or did you have to audition?
Well, I had to audition.
Okay.
At the first, I just came in and just greeted them and said, hello, how are you doing? My name is Charles, or whatever. I wouldn't mind joining this company.
Yeah.
And probably you said, yeah, probably give you a little audition and see how you pick up the music. So from there, it took off.
Yeah.
I just stayed there. I was there. Yeah, so
well, Charles was one of, we used to call them, what do we used to call you guys? I can't remember now. Pat would know. My sister would know. I think it was the Three Wise Men or something like that. There was you, Blaggy, and Rubber. Yeah, because then Ekome was doing this outreach program where you were traveling around the country, working with dance groups, and you came to work with us in Nottingham. So yeah, that's when we first met, and that was in 1985, 86.
Hey, it's a long time.
Quite some time ago. So now I wanted to ask you, like, how do you sustain yourself? Has this business of drumming in African music and stuff, your work, has it sustained you?
Yes, it has. It has sustained me, because also I do drum repairs, which I'm a professional drum repairer now for West African and Caribbean drums.
Wonderful.
But yes, I do perform all over the place with different dance companies, different. I perform with also South African guys. Then You know, so I kind of move around with all these different artists. You get to meet all of them.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
she's excellent. You know, so you
And
get different scopes of the music and stuff.
yeah, I need to add stuff only because I know you and I know Robert. I was adding stuff to Robert's as well. Although we're not covering everything in this interview, I need to just say that as well as you drumming with different artists and you're doing drum repair, you also are a musician on Irie Dance Theatre's foundation degree. Am I right?
That's right. Yes,
Yeah.
I am. Yeah.
Yeah, and have been
Yeah.
for many, many years.
Yeah, for a long time now.
How long have you
Very
been
long,
with
very long,
Irie?
very long. Oh, I don't know, about 10 years or something like that.
Yeah, probably a little bit more than that.
Yeah, because since even when Ajida was still going, I
Yes.
still did some work with Irie.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
So you started with Irie just as a kind of overlap
Yeah,
then.
that's right.
All
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, well, your story obviously will be in more detail once we've got the documentary pulled together and some archive material for you to show people, like some of your performances and flyers and posters and even little bits of video. I'm sure we can pull together in the longer film. But what I want to ask you finally is, what advice would you give to a younger you, somebody who's coming up, who's aspiring to be a musician? Tell them a little bit about what you know now that you didn't know then.
Well, what I know now, what I didn't know then, is you have to be really what's the word? Humble.
Yeah.
You have to be really humble when you're learning something, and pick up things as quick as you can. But always learn the different rhythms. What rhythm go with next rhythm, and then you can hear it.
Mm-hmm.
As long as you can hear all the different rhythms going together, because all of them are speaking with each other.
Yeah.
You know, so you know it's good to listen first and then pick up the rhythms I'm after.
Yeah. And practice, would you say practice is also?
Always practice. If you can practice every day, do it, because that will help your knowledge to exceed your knowledge also with the rhythms also. And you can also catch on different rhythms also. When you hear these different dances are happening, like on what's this from Panogo, like a Panogo song, the pan tan 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 tan.
On the Afrobeats, the Afrobeat rhythm.
Afrobeat, you hear all of that.
That's
you know,
right.
So, you know.
That's one thing I've noticed about you, is that you always have, like on your phone, you have different music recorded, and you're always listening to music and always tapping out music on the chair or on a desk. Or Charles is always with music and your headphones, and always listening to different types of music. So I think that informs your practice as well, because you've got an ear.
It does.
You've got an ear for music.
Yeah, I love music.
Yeah. All types as well. And I remember in Ajido that, okay, you have, most of the time we had musicians, we had drummers, but then they needed the guitar playing, they called Charles. They needed the xylophone playing, they called Charles.
Yeah, you have to learn, innit? You have to pick all these things down quick. If you're a quick learner and just know the basics, then you're all right. You can pick up anything.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay. Well,
that's what music's all about. It's about learning and learn as much
committed.
as you can.
It's commitment, I feel, and like you said, that humility thing. For me, when you said humility, I thought that's something that not many people actually see in the learning process, because if someone is willing to teach you, then you have to humble yourself. It's not that you have to be begging, bowing and scraping, but just listen as opposed to be talking. Because if you're learning, the only way for you to learn is for you to take in the information, and you can't take anything in if you're giving it all of that. Yeah.
Chat, not good.
Yeah, it's not gonna work. Nice one.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah, well, thank you so much. Short but definitely sweet. We've got some information there, and it's just the beginning, because like we said, the longer interview is yet to come. So thank you so much, Charles. I appreciate it.
My pleasure.
All right.
My
See you
pleasure.
soon.